Hey, welcome back to our channel. We are at crunch time. We have less than 24 hours till we leave this driveway and drive several hours to our new off-grid place, which will become our permanent home. So pulling both of these trailers. We've been just kind of packing stuff that we're taking. Kids taking the bike. And little update on that trailer. We got a desk put in and a bench that's not topped yet. But yeah, so today, well, we've loaded up a bunch of wood, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But we're basically packing what we can tonight and today, and then tomorrow, there we go, one day. And then tomorrow we'll be leaving not super early because we do need to wait for the mail to come because we have some showing up. So today's agenda, Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. So we're going to meet with Mama's mom and Grandma for Mother's Day. The one truck's gone. If it were here, you would see it's fully loaded, the chicken coop and everything. Our other truck is over here, loaded with the other chicken coop and the wood. We were gifted some cast iron skillets. Some of them are pretty old, it looks like, so I'm cleaning those up and just re-seasoning them in the oven before we leave. I mean, we're kind of all buttoned up and ready. I'm really glad. So here's going to be my biggest lesson, and I'm going to go in the trailer to discuss this. I'm really not going to miss all that traffic. I'm really not going to miss my neighbor that parks all their vehicles up and down the street all the time. So, some of our lessons have been, I guess the biggest challenge is how to live in a very confined space. That's been interesting. We've had our moments of stress with it. Doing laundry is different, obviously. Look back, there's a video of this hand washing laundry for the first time, but that's what we've been doing exclusively. For everything since then. It's actually not hard. It's kind of nice. Gives us an hour to just kind of sit and do that together, and we spend time together that way. It's kind of cool. Another thing, no, this is our prep area, so not a lot of space there. Compared to the house, which I can just show you. We had a counter that goes from right about there all the way down to there. So we're used to a lot more space. Shallow sinks. Well, due to unforeseen circumstances, we are actually moving 2 weeks earlier than we had planned. And with 2 weeks less of pay for each of us. So what that has us is not having our solar system. So we're going to have to just rely on the generator for power, which we don't need much. And water we're going to be pouring. So we're not going to have the water pump hooked up for the sinks and all that. We also don't have batteries. So that's kind of where we're at with that. So one big challenge is, it's the little things. And I want to start doing a small things segment on here. So this is kind of the first one. How do you wash your dishes with less than 2 gallons of water? How much water do you need to do laundry for a family of 3? And we've kind of tweaked and played with the way that we do hand do laundry. to get it down, you know, can we do it with 10 gallons or less? Because if you saw the tour, the little mini tour of the property, which there will be more of that to come, there is no water out there. There's no well, and it's going to cost well over 20 grand to put a well in, which we can't do anytime soon. So, that power, I mentioned we don't need much. We have been working on how to get by with as little as possible without totally, doing without. I use YouTube. I upload to it. I watch YouTube videos fairly often. So I have a phone, a tablet, a laptop. I guess we have one tablet that we all share, but we each have phones and a laptop, but those all get charged. So beyond needing to fire up the generator to just charge all the devices at once, the only lights we really have are some LED lights. But even then, we have solar-powered lanterns that we can use. So we just have to be mindful to pull those out in the morning, let them charge up, and that gives us enough light in the evening to sit around and do whatever we're doing. It's just shifting how things get done so that and anyway, running off the solar is kind of the same way. Try to use more of your power during the day when the sun's out and it's generating power, so that your lights, are pretty minimal, your usage in the evening. So it's been interesting. It's been fun. We killed the water heater in here yesterday, not permanently. We just had disconnected the propane and decided not to relight it. So, a tea kettle to heat up the water and then add a little bit of cold to it was fine for doing the dishes this morning. So it's going to be a fun adventure. We're going to have to haul all of our water in. At the beginning of the video, you probably saw the jugs. So we've got a few of those filled up and ready to go. So with the animals and us, hopefully it's enough, at least for a few days, so we don't have to trek into town every day to get water, but I think we'll be okay. Switching to a composting toilet, learning how to take, I know from a trip to Mexico that I took years ago, and I was doing concrete work down there, all by hand, where you mixed it with shovels and everything, and it was right in the middle of July, so it was super hot. I was able to shower with 2 gallons of water. So it can be done. We just get used to not doing it. So the best thing that we did, honestly, was moving into these trailers in the driveway and just ignoring that house as much as humanly possible, just because it's gotten us prepared. How to do things as minimalistically as possible. Luckily, it's warm. It's the middle of May. Got Mother's Day coming up. Got Memorial Day. Yep, coming up here in a couple weeks. So we're not going down there when it's cold. And it's not too hot yet down there where we're going. So that'll be good, because we need to clear some sagebrush so we can even pull onto the property. So that's going to be an adventure in itself. And get the animals kind of set up and situated, and us. So that'll probably take a good week or two, I'm sure. But hey, we've done it. We've renovated this trailer to make it livable. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's in pretty good shape. We fixed the roof leaks and replaced the vent and everything else. So, hey, it's what we got. Tonight we'll pack a little bit more in here, and in the morning we'll pack just the last few things that are going to go on the floor. We'll hook up and we'll be out of here. And everybody, feel free to like, subscribe, comment. If anybody has any tips or hints, if you've done some off-grid living or just some things that you've seen. I do tend to watch a lot of videos and read a lot of blogs and stuff, just because learning new information is always good, or reaffirming information too. But I'd love to hear more. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know down in the comments. We'll interact and answer them. We do have, interestingly, internet out there, so no power, no water, but we got full LTE service, so we're good there. And we'll be starting an adventure and want you guys to come along and see how we do it and learn from our mistakes, I think, more than anything. Everybody out there, stay safe, have a good weekend, and we will talk to you all again soon.